My dad believed in you. I'm not gonna make the same mistake.
You know what happens to you if you go through with this.
I have everything I need to have you court-martialed and dishonorably discharged.
The end is inevitable, Maverick.
What are you gonna do?
Here they go! Look in the air! Look in the air! Everywhere!
Sorry.
Tom, give me a wave. Tom, give me a wave. I take three. Sorry.
Everywhere I traveled around the world, they wanted a sequel, and it was just never right. It's just the story wasn't right, but I'd lay there in bed, and I'm constantly thinking about stories, and I was like, okay, what if, how? And I was waiting for technology to be able to catch up to some of the things that I wanted to accomplish, because in the first one I flew in the F-14, we had a camera that had 5 minutes of film, and I would turn it on and off. And I waited to see where, and I did American Made, and when I was doing American Made, the aerials, it was always in the back of my mind that if I did Top Gun, what about this? And then McHugh and I did Fallout together, and we were developing those cameras for the helicopters and that aerial sequence. It was all a progression to where we're going. And Kosinski, when I was doing Oblivion with Joe, he's like, I always talked about Top Gun. I said, Joe, let's make Oblivion right now, And then I was shooting Fallout, and McHugh was talking to me about Top Gun for, 10 years. And it just came together. And it was like, okay, it is now or never. And I felt like the challenge is there, and maybe we can figure this out.
I certainly never got spun around that much. I mean, to be able to go up in an F-18 and keep your wits about you, and then still understanding everything you had to do to be able to film the scene, and honestly just to not pass out. And I mean, we put so much time in to be able to get to that point, and so the audience really gets to reap the rewards of that, because there's no green screen. We're in the jets for real, and that footage is just top notch.
We designed this film to be seen on the biggest screen possible with the best sound possible. People are going back to movie theaters, which is the right time to bring this movie out, so I'm just thrilled to finally show it to people on the big screen.
It's a welcome back to the movie theaters, I think. It's a welcome back to the blockbuster. It's a welcome back to the summer movie. It's a welcome back to real life. I think all of those things were such a part of our lives pre-pandemic that all kind of got pushed to the back burner for some time, for obvious reasons. And so I'm very excited for people to come out, enjoy the film with their families, and enjoy it a couple of times. There's a lot to enjoy in this movie.
I think it's a great time because everyone's ready to get together and have a joyful collective experience in movie theaters, I think. And this is the kind of movie that's perfect for a big screen. It's perfect for a big group of people. It's just, like I said, it's celebratory. It's deeply satisfying. It's a big spectacle of a movie, but it has a lot of heart.
Well, Tom set up this unbelievable training program. We're training to play and all sorts. This is crazy.
Part of it is the wait, the long wait between these things. I think the movie doesn't take place the day after the first one ended. It takes place in real time, and part of that is people grow up, and people get sick, and people die, and relationships change, and responsibilities change. And the movie addresses those themes head on. It's about how you make different decisions when you're 25 than you do when you're in your 50s, and how words like duty and service and responsibility and friendship and loyalty, all of those things mean something different. So I think that we've made a movie that touches on a lot of really universal themes.
Listen, competition is a fundamental part of Top Gun. So, going through the training, they were competing who could pull the most G's, and that's what you want. That builds that kind of friendship that you want, and it shows on screen.
Tom is as advertised. He is very much on brand, and that brand is excellence. And he is a hard worker. He is fiercely proud of what he does. And that attitude is infectious. His enthusiasm for movies is infectious. So it's very easy to be on set with him and working with him, and it's a real treat, and it's a real pleasure, and it's a real honor.
I heard so many stories about his work ethic, his generosity, his understanding of film. So I don't know. He really he exceeded all of those things I kind of had already heard about him, but I really wasn't surprised. He's such a phenomenal actor. That's first and foremost. And then he's a movie making machine, and we all reap the benefits of that.
It's really very moving, the journey that Maverick goes on in this film, which may surprise some audiences, I think. I've had a lot of people who have seen it tell me they were crying when they came. They were laughing, they were crying, they were cheering. It's a poignant story. So hopefully fans will enjoy that.
I think you're going to get a chance to see just what a phenomenal actor Tom Cruise is, and what an incredible cast we have. I worked really hard to surround him with the absolute best actors I could find: Miles Teller, Jennifer Connelly, John Hamm, Val Kilmer. Obviously, he's coming back as Iceman. So, the first film was always a drama kind of wrapped in an action movie, and we wanted this film to be the same.
Not only his training, but just structurally, the making the movie coming up, in every way. That's technically challenging. It's emotionally, how do you create a story like this and constantly find the tone throughout? It was challenging on every single level. So to hear the audience's response, and it's really very special.
I really loved the character, and I think it's a really beautiful relationship between Rooster and Maverick. And I mean, look, the first time Rooster walks on screen, people are projecting everything that happened to Goose in the first one. So it was some big shoes to fill, and I'm just glad I didn't have to, try and recreate Goose by any means. I just love the character that they wrote for me.
I think the first day on set, I was out here at Coronado on the runway with an F-18, a Kawasaki Ninja, waiting for Tom to come to set. He pulled up, called me over to his car. I stepped inside, and there he was as Maverick for the first time. And when I saw that, him as a character, not Tom Cruise, this was Maverick. He said, "You ready for this?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Let's do it." And we went and started shooting this movie, and that's something I'll never forget.
My whole life, since I was 4, I wanted to make movies. And I remember being on the set of Taps and thinking, if I can make movies the rest of my life, I'd be so happy. So it's kind of amazing. It's surreal. It's surreal that here we are, and I'm doing this, and it's surreal that it's Top Gun Maverick. 36 years. I'll hold that for you. I got it. I got you. Okay. 36 years later, and here we are. It's surreal. I just nothing else to say. Like.